June 12th, 2022, direct from the cradle of mankind. This is Too Much Information with Ngachira.
Wow, hello, karibu sana, and welcome to Too Much Information, the show where we don't entertain Mitumba jokes. My name is Ngachira. Now we have an amazing show because tonight, an update on our helpless fight against corruption with our Arts Grafts correspondent, Amandeep Jagde. Now, I'm not just that. Also on the show, we talk political love triangle with Bi Masafari herself, Mammito. And on the TMI interview, Chief Justice Emeritus, Dr. Willy Mutunga. Now, guys, remember, we only have 57 days to the election. But more importantly, only 19 days to salary day. Follow us on social media handles na tunaweza kupea advance kama uko mbaya, okay? Lakini si nini. Let's go! Now, this week, the leader of majority in the National Assembly, Amos Kemunya, withdrew a bill seeking to rename the Kenya Revenue Authority to the Kenya Revenue Service. Now, this is in an effort to transform its public image to enhance tax compliance. Lakini hata waite Kenya Revenue Service Station. Bado wa Kenya tutafile nil returns. Now, Mike Sonko has moved to the Supreme Court to challenge the IEBC for not clearing him to run for governor in Mombasa. Sonko. I think before IEBC clears you, Rudy High School, ufanya clearance na baza na urudisha English aid juu clearly haikusaidii. Now on to our first story. Azimio presidential candidate Raila Odinga officially unveiled his 10-point manifesto, or as the people in Gekomba should say, alifungua bill. Now, his bill was heavy on things like Baba Care and of course, Mama Care.
To women, kina mama.
Our women in this country, the women in the grassroots, women in the village.
Wow. Take it slow, Azimio, take it slow. You know, I feel you're going to push Rigathi into cross-dressing just to keep up. However, the night had a downer when Baba, the fumbler, mentioned something that people who are normally putting Kenya first, yani wanaweka Kenya kwanza, should be happy about.
Clothes coming from outside the country, you've been worn by people who are dead.
Okay, I mean, a campaign promised that's dead on arrival, which is strange. It's strange because if anyone in this country should know that things deserve a second chance, it's Raila. Or third, or fourth, Baba, even fifth. And because of how popular second-hand clothes are in this country, the reaction has been fast and furious, especially from the poor of Kenya who are struggling to find something to wear.
Mimi shati nimevaa ni mtumba. Hii longi nimevaa ni mtumba.
Translation, did we say we would buy Kenya, build Kenya? Sisi, nani? Well, we lied. But maybe there's a better way of saying this.
Nguo tunaagiza, viatu tunaagiza, tutasimamisha iwe manufactured katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Hizi manifesto, chama ni tofauti, lakini idea zote ni copy paste. And even when you copy paste, you still get it wrong.
We want to come into agreement with the Kenya Kwisha, with the Kenya Kwanza women.
Now, there is a war that Kenyans have been fighting for a long time. Corruption. We have reached such a point in this fight that our journalists, the people charged with being progressive change in society, are asking questions like this.
This is actually compare Gachagua and Karua on the question of corruption. Who's less corrupt?
Yani tumekubali tu. Like, that corruption is just a part of us. It's like eating ugali, winning marathons, and losing bets. Now, to give us an update on our battle against corruption, please welcome our Arts Grafts correspondent, Amandeep Jagde!
Thank you, Tai. Let me give you an update on our fight against corruption. We are losing. And we have tried everything. Our corruption is so bad that the last time the Pope was here, even he tried to give us some advice.
Corruption is something which eats inside. Es como el azúcar. It's like sugar.
Of course, that did not work, because you can't call something bad and then compare it to something sweet like sugar. It's confusing. It's like saying, my boyfriend is so hot, he looks like Museveni. But when sugarcoating did not work, we even tried to give it to them straight.
To another disturbing story, the theft of cancer treatment drugs costing over 4.6 million shillings at the Kenyatta National Hospital has been condemned by the Council of Governors.
Yani hata Smith amechoka. Yeah? So you've been telling me even condemning them did not work?
Of course it did not work, because we forget we're not in the year 1476. Condemn doesn't mean the same thing. Condemn is how Jamaicans tell you who they're going to con.
Maybe corruption is hard to fight because we don't know who is corrupt. So if we knew who was corrupt, we would just end corruption.
You know, in a logical world, that would have made sense. But that's not the case, is it? Everyone knows who these people are.
The war against corruption, Your Excellency, is not going to be won by people who are involved here, and some are here.
Okay. So, Mr. Levi, so they know those people, they are there with them, but they still do nothing.
Oh, yes. Because to get somebody arrested and prosecuted for corruption, you need concrete evidence and a well-funded judiciary. And in our current budget, our judiciary is underfunded. And also because snitches get stitches.
Aman, have we tried something unconventional?
Tai, when I say we have tried everything, I mean everything. We have literally tried fighting corruption.
The corruption level on the Kenyan roads has gone beyond stinking levels.
Officers, 2 of them were injured.
Sometimes when you fight corruption, corruption fights back.
Okay, man, how about this one, yeah? Have we tried aligning anti-corruption measures with market, behavioral, political, and social forces, so that we are instilling a culture where selfishness is seen as pathetic instead of as our way of succeeding in life?
Nope. But even you, Tai, do you think you can say no to money?
Ladies and gentlemen, our Arts and Grafts expert, Amandeep Jagde! Coming up, we find out if that toothbrush at your boyfriend's house counts as a marriage certificate. Then we explore the hypotenuses of love triangles with Mammito Bi Masafari Mammito Eunice. Welcome back to TMI, the show that puts the fun in fundamentally our country is broken. Now to a story that could have ramifications on how marriage is defined under the law. Not by these Nairobi streets. Now, the Supreme Court is set to rule on the legal merit of the Come We Stay ruling established in 2012.
If you are in a Come We Stay love affair lasting more than 6 months, well, you'll be deemed to be officially married.
Now, this is the law that had couples who live together take a break every 6 months. Babe, mi naona 2.5 tam kidogo. The Supreme Court will adjudicate a dispute between a Nairobi landlady and her partner after they separated. The man claims they lived together for years, but she claims he was just her agent. Sema kurukwa. Now, she said, sure, he took care of me. Yani kama caretaker. No. But he said, I was landing the lady. So, Beyonce's words, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, are about to become a defense in court. The court will rule on the merits of the presumption of marriage through cohabitation in law. Should they strike it down, it will have many Nairobians saying, see, I told you I'm not married. The outcome of this case could have large implications on what constitutes a marriage, the division of assets acquired during a relationship, and a rise in the number of people quoting the Supreme Court when asked, are you married, Tai? Well, not according to the Supreme Court ruling. Well, Nairobi relationships, unlike diamonds, don't last forever. Now, if diamonds are the hardest thing in the world, the second hardest thing is the stable relationship in Nairobi. I mean, no, 1 minute we were wearing matching outfits. The next, uko nje nyumba yake 4 a.m., unapiga nduru. Once, these guys were a couple goals. But now things are nasty. Na sisi kama in-laws, we were invested, so we want our dowry back from the both of them. And to help us reclaim our dowry and dignity is Bi Masafari herself, Mammito. Bi Masafari, how did this begin? How did this begin, Bi Masafari?
Wambaje Tai. One thing I always say about love is that love is like the IBC voter register. You could be in, but you have to keep checking. These two lovebirds met at a very popular dating app, ICC. And as they always say, they found love in a hopeless place.
Mammito, lakini unajua mapenzi ya shida hukua tamu. So where did this go wrong?
Tai, what Hague puts together, only Raila can put asunder. Uhuru so did this. He introduced his hot ex kwa mama wa nyumba, and she didn't like it. To this day, Ruto, handshakes are Ruto's trigger.
Nimesalimiana na jamaa mwingine hapo. Amenishika mkono. Karibu ikuwe kama ile ya Mutua.
But they tried to work things out, right?
Wapi? Mashemeji walianza kuleta issues. Ati huyu bibi anashinda sokoni, hafui, arudi kwao.
The DP, I think the eviction party of the Hasla mansion is loading.
Sema madrama. Bibi yako, space ni ya nani? Space ni wewe na watu wa kwenyu. Sema majibizano.
Nikiita watu nyumbani, wanalalamika. Nikienda kanisani, wanalalamika.
Ni malalamiko kila mahali. This is getting very heated now, Mammito.
So what happened is that kumbe Ruto Hasla aliwacha story ya co-parenting. Na hasemi. Hambi mtu.
Those of you who are entrusted with the responsibilities by His Excellency the President, you have wasted his second term.
You see, Tai, in family, when parents are fighting, it's the kids ndio wanaumia. Ambia baba yako hakuna mafuta. Ambia mama yako aweke subsidy. Ambia baba yako mimi siko Russia. That is what is happening right here.
Hey, Mammito, understanding these political relationships in Nairobi is hard.
So confusing. Yani, the confusion and entanglement in these political relationships ni kama earphones kwa handbag. But honestly, Tai, no one said it better than Uasin governor.
Usiweke maneno ya siasa kwa roho tafadhali. Weka kwa lungs. Ndio ukipumua tu after election.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bi Masafari Mammito! Coming up, we talk to the man, the icon, the judge with a stud, Justice Dr. Willy Mutunga. Welcome back to TMI. Now, as promised, we have the first Chief Justice under the current Constitution, the first President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, an author, a lecturer, a man who suffered the dark days of Kenya's justice system, but rose to usher in its new dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our great honor to have Justice Dr. Willy Mutunga. Wow, the first time Kenyans saw you was when we were looking for a new Chief Justice. And then in walks this man with a backpack and a stud. And then we were like, huyo hawezi pata hiyo kazi. Knowing our country, huyo hawezi pata hiyo kazi. A few days later we hear, he got the job. How did you feel when you were doing the interview and all the questions you were being asked were not about your jurisprudence? It was about why do you have a stud? Oh, are you married?
That question shocked me because I expected, questions on my vision of the judiciary, which is important for judges. What do you believe in and what I was going to do while there? Yeah. But it turned out to be, the stud. And when I explained it, why I wore the stud, I was laughed at when I said, my ancestors asked me to wear the stud. Yeah. And I have to. I was even asked whether I was gay, and I said I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't asked to bring witnesses. HD. So I also took the opportunity to say I wasn't homophobic. Yeah. I lectured everybody on Desmond Tutu's thesis on creation, that we are all created by God. Yeah. So we shouldn't play God by saying so-and-so will go to hell, so-and-so is cast. Yeah. So I took the opportunity to educate not only the Kenyans, but even those who are interviewing me, that I wanted to be a Chief Justice of all Kenyans. Wow. Okay, all of them. Yeah. I ended up getting, as presents, 51 studs. I still have them. You still have them somewhere, just in case another interview comes up. I have them. I had to tell people now I've had enough. Wow. Yeah. Now, it's election season. Yeah. And we are seeing the people who are being cleared to run for office, whether it's EACC, IEBC, and some Kenyans have a lot of qualms about who is getting cleared to run. What do you think they are doing their job well, and what does that say about our moral and political fiber as a country with the leaders that are coming out, being cleared from those institutions? The basis of all this is Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Yes. And if it was implemented, there will be nobody in Parliament. There will be nobody in the county assemblies. Maybe a few governors, like one will survive. Uh-huh. We are ruled by people who, make that chapter a big joke. Yeah. But the judiciary is I guess we also to blame in the sense that that matter hasn't reached Supreme Court, so that is decided completely. That's why you see even IEBC doesn't know how to deal with this issue. Yeah. I hope when it gets to Supreme Court, it will bring to an end the rule of barons, rapists, murderers, and whoever else manages to get to these places, because it's money basically. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that even the young people are not raising these politics of issues. In Ukambani, I always see when there is a meeting, maybe a wedding or a funeral, the rich guy who is invariably a thief, comes last. And then the pastor says, Mundume nuabika, which is, that's the man has arrived. As if those of us who are poor seated there, we don't count. So it's part of that politics that has to be changed. Yeah. Your generations will have changed that into service, where we say, once you become president, you're not going to steal. Yes. You're not going to sign agreements written in Mandarin because you don't read it. Now you're retired, yeah? So do you? Yeah, do you have I'm not tired. Yeah, wow. So do you have a WhatsApp group? Maybe you, Maraga,
Martha, where you talk about just things that are happening, just the two of you saying, hey, na wewe ungefanya nini?
No, we are not on a WhatsApp group, but you know, we are in contact.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
That's
I can reach CJ Kome anytime.
That's good.
And Maraga as well. You might have noticed when my book was launched about in March.
Yeah.
They were all there.
Yes.
And Kome invites us if she wants to seek my opinion, because the judiciary is bigger than the three of us.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, maybe that's the issue of a WhatsApp group for the three of us. Maybe it's a good idea.
Can I be? Maybe I can be the admin. You know? Okay, we're going to show you one specific picture, and you're going to tell us where you are and what was happening in your life at this time. There you are looking gangster.
This was on 12th June, 1982.
Wow.
They said I had a leaflet, a subversive leaflet, which read, JM Solidarity, reject these Nyayos. In the 82. And then we were accused of overthrowing the government. This is before the coup.
You look so defiant on that picture.
Yes. Because I was 35. When you meet that kind of oppression, you don't want to go there crying.
Yeah.
So you have a clenched fist and you say, you know, these handcuffs, you can break them.
Yeah.
Then I was detained without trial.
In committee?
For 16 months. No, I started the committee, I went to Shimalatewa, Hola, then committee, and then I was released.
Wow. Shimalatewa, I think you and Sonko would have something to talk about on that.
No, Sonko was on the thieving blocks.
Anyway,
I was on the political and the revolutionary blocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Willy Mutunga! That is it for this episode of Too Much Information. A big thank you for tuning in. Now, catch us again next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. on NTV, and anytime on our social media accounts. Now, to get through the week, I'll subscribe a small dose of African wisdom. We have been talking about African justice, so the hunter who sympathized with the antelope ate a rat for dinner. Good evening, people, and go for it. Thank you very much.